Hi, my name is Rita Cidre. I am a marketer for almost 20 years now. And about 10 years ago, I suffered from a really, really terrible episode of burnout. So I'm going to share the quick story of how that happened to me. And then I wrote down some 3 things that I do and keep in mind every day of my life to try to prevent burnout from happening again, or at least to keep it at bay. Okay, so back in the day, I moved to Seattle, Washington to take a job at a startup real estate tech company that was growing immensely fast. Honestly, I had 0 expectations for this job and it surpassed every single one of them. This job was incredible. I felt like I was flying and also like I was a rock star. Every single day, my projects energized me. My teammates became my friends. It was just, seriously, it was amazing. If you've ever had a job that you really, really loved, this was it for me. Love the company, the culture, my projects, the team, everything. So soon enough, in a matter of 2 years, I was promoted to a marketing director position. And I don't know about you, but this director title felt like something bigger than what I had done before. Like there's something I think quite heavy and magical about the word director that the word senior manager or manager just doesn't have. So I felt like there was a lot of pressure on me to perform and a lot of pressure that I put on myself to exceed in this role and to basically prove that I had earned my seat at this table. So I started this job guns blazing. I took on a bunch of projects and then took on more and more. And soon enough, my plate was so full that I was working weekends. And in this situation, I did what I had always done in every job. The harder it got, the harder I worked. Longer hours, less vacation, more and more time thinking about work and less time relaxing or doing non-work related activities. Now, I think I lasted a year and a year and change in this role before it all became too much for me and I actually had to quit. It's a decision that actually still haunts me to this day and I think about often because, as I said before, this job was the best job I've ever had. It was really amazing and it was hard for me to leave a company that I had learned to love so much. So, with the wonderful gift that is perspective, here are some things that I would have done differently or that I would do differently now if I was faced with a similar challenge. Number 1, I wish that I had redefined what productivity meant to me. I had always, as I said, like the harder the job got, the harder I worked. But what I realize now is that in this transition from being a manager of a very tiny team, which is what I was before I became a director, I didn't realize that there was a big transition in the scope of the complexity of my projects and also how difficult they would be to achieve. And the playbook that I had followed as an individual contributor just didn't work as a director. There was, I felt like I had to be constantly working or being productive when actually in many situations, I probably would have done a better job had I just stopped and taken a step back. So I wish I had redefined productivity around less being busy and hitting balls out of the park and more thinking, reflecting, strategizing, and directing other people. Number 2, I wish I had not made success something personal. I think this is the case for many of us high achieving people. I consider myself in that bucket, unfortunately, in many ways. But I sort of equate achievement. Achievement is something really personal to me. And there are moments in my career, and this is one of them, where I felt that my self-worth was really pinned to my achievement. And if I wasn't achieving, and if I wasn't succeeding, if things weren't working for me, then I was not good of a marketer or not good of a person. And I feel like it's a lifelong journey to sort of disassociate myself and my self-worth from my achievement or from the praise of others. But it's something that is absolutely worth pursuing because I think when your achievement becomes personal, it means that it basically makes it so you cannot fail or failure becomes really hard. And when failure is really hard, you're probably not going to put yourself in situations of growth because failure is growth. It's inevitable. And then the third thing I'll say with the little time I have left is that I would have taken more of a consultant approach. This is something that I do whenever I feel like I'm nearing burnout or getting into that space, which is that I take a step back and think about myself as a consultant in a company. What would I say? What would I do? Like, it's not about not making mistakes. It's also not about having things not fail. Things have to fail in order for them to get better and for you to learn. It's about you being able to calmly understand what's working, what's not working, and make the right decisions for yourself and also for your team. So dear friends from the marketing community, I send you a hug for anyone that is going through burnout or has been through burnout. It's so hard, but there's definitely a way to keep it at bay and to overcome it. And if anything, I learned a lot from my burnout episode, and I think it made me stronger and better. Okay, sending you all a big hug, and thank you for having me.